Welcome to my nightmare.
What's up, boils and ghouls? It's your girl Mika G from Cinematic Nightmares. Now, you know I love a good horror movie, but nothing hits quite like a horror anthology. A whole lineup of sinister little stories wrapped up with a creepy bow? Yeah, you can go ahead and sign me up for that. Today, we're diving into my top 5 horror anthology movies, the ones that really understood the assignment. We're talking back to back terror, twisted turns, payback, and bite sized nightmares that hit harder than most full length films. And you know, I gotta show love to the wraparounds, the creepy framing stories that hold the whole thing together. Sometimes they're chilling, sometimes they're chaotic, and every now and then, they're the best part. Now, let's be real. Not every anthology slaps. Some are more meh than menace. But these 5, they came through with cursed artifacts, bloody holidays, wild revenge, and all kinds of creative chaos horror fans like us live for. So, turn off the lights. Unless you're scary. And grab your popcorn and let's get into this. Coming in at number 5 is A Christmas Horror Story. Now, listen, I know this one flew under a lot of folks' radars, but let me tell you right now, A Christmas Horror Story goes way harder and is that movie. Instead of tossing together a bunch of random stories like leftover fruitcake, this one weaves its Christmas Eve chaos into one tangled, blood-soaked bow. We have ghosts, changeling, and a Krampus with zero chill. Yeah, we're going there. And there's no traditional wraparound, but we do get William Shatner as Dangerous Dan, the town's radio DJ who's clearly been in the eggnog. He doesn't connect the stories outright, but his drunk uncle energy sets the perfect holiday vibe while the town of Bailey Downs completely unravels. And just when you think it can't get any wilder, Santa Claus starts throwing hands with Krampus. And that final twist, wholly a game changer. It's chaotic, it's creepy, it's Christmas horror with bite, and it's on my annual holiday watch list with no question. Coming in at number 4 is Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. This one is straight from the vault of 90s horror nostalgia. It starts off immediately with a kid being prepped for dinner, literally, by a suburban witch. That's the wraparound. It's creepy and kind of funny, which is the tone this movie rides perfectly. The tales inside hit a little differently. Mummies, demonic cats, and gargoyles that'll make you rethink late night walks. It's given vintage goosebumps with adult level consequences. Each segment feels like a grim bedtime story no one should be reading, and that's exactly why it works. It's campy, spooky, and just enough messed up to be a Halloween staple. At number 3, we have Body Bags. Now listen, if you ever wanted to see John Carpenter play a foul-mouthed corpse in a morgue who loves cracking dead jokes, this one's for you. He's the wraparound character introducing each of the 3 twisted stories, and it's hilarious. We got one story about a woman being stalked at a gas station, another about a man who gets cursed hair plugs that start doing their own thing, and one about a baseball player who loses an eye and gets a replacement from a serial killer. And that eye sees everything. And I do mean everything. Body Bags isn't just a fun ride. It's low-key a masterclass in horror storytelling with quick hits of gross, gory, and darkly funny energy. And it doesn't overstay its welcome. Coming in at number 2 is Trick or Treat. Now this is how you Halloween. Trick or Treat doesn't give you a wraparound story so much as it gives you a wraparound experience. We're talking one Halloween night in a small town where every spooky story bleeds into the next. You've got a shady school principal who needs to be nowhere near children, a bunch of pranksters who go way too far, a recluse who picked the wrong holiday to be a Grinch, and a sexy little werewolf surprise that still lives rent-free in my head. And tying it all together is our boy Sam, little burlap sack head Sam with a candy bar blade and zero tolerance for Halloween disrespect. No costume, no candy, no decorations, and you blew your jack-o'-lantern out before midnight? Sam is going to handle it. This movie is chaotic in the best way and unapologetically fun. It's slick, stylish, savage, and I've made it my yearly tradition. Trick or Treat is pure Halloween energy in movie form, and Sam is the little pumpkin prince we didn't know we needed. And finally, at number 1 is Tales from the Hood. Now, you already know I had to put Tales from the Hood at the top of this list. This movie is the definition of doing horror anthology right, with a sharp edge and a whole lot of black excellence. It's got that 90s grit social commentary that still hits today and a wraparound that's damn near iconic. We follow three guys who show up at a funeral home to pick up some product from the eccentric Mr. Sims, played perfectly by Clarence Williams III. But instead of handing it over, he takes them on a tour of the mortuary and introduces them to the stories behind a few of the bodies inside. And those stories, they did not come to play. Each one hits hard, with monsters both real and human. And just when you think you've seen it all, the movie hits you with that twist ending that still gets a slow clap from me every single time. Tales from the Hood didn't just understand the assignment, it wrote it, graded it, and handed it back with red ink and a warning. This one is smart, scary, stylish, and most importantly, unforgettable. Now, before I wrap this up, I gotta give a quick shout out to the ones that started it all, Creepshow and Creepshow 2. The original Creepshow, directed by George A. Romero and written by Stephen King, brought those vintage horror comics to life in the wildest way. We got 5 stories: Father's Day Revenge, a meteor turning a man into a mossy mess, undead swimming lessons, crate monsters, and the kind of roach infestation that'll have you burning down your house. In the wraparound, a kid gets his horror comic snatched and decides to handle it. Well, let's just say dad won't be doing that again. Then Creepshow 2 came through with fewer stories, but still brought the heat. We got a hitchhiker who just wouldn't stay down, a killer blob in a lake with teeth, a wooden Indian who said, "I got this," when things went sideways. The animation wraparound with the comic nerd getting his revenge, absolutely satisfying. They're not just anthologies, they're the blueprint. Campy, gory, over the top in the best way, and still holding it down after all these years. And there you have it, my top 5 horror anthology movies that understood the assignment and then some. Whether it's Halloween, Christmas, or just a random Tuesday night, these anthologies are always ready to bring the scares in bite-sized servings. So which anthology is your favorite? Or did I miss one that you love? Let me know in the comments below. And also, do you think Sam from Trick or Treat deserves his own anthology spinoff? Because I think the same. And also make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so you don't ever miss another single nightmare. And until next time, boys and ghouls.